In your own heart of hearts,
Yes, sir.
if you take a sample opinion of Nigerians on social media, in the church, in the mosques, everyday interactions, are you not worried that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be the second one-term president after President Jonathan?
Let me tell you, there is this thing called the silent majority. And do you know how I'm knowing about silent majority? See, few people, we didn't know until recently, few people manipulate media. You see that in America, the way it is coming out. Even push a propaganda that gives the impression of the sample size of the population. When I see on social media where Peter Obi soldiers are more, when I see the way they abuse me, if 2 a.m., if I put a tweet, you will see 200 curses because they are both accounts. You know, they are not human beings, right? So anybody who wants to now judge Bwala and stays on social media, you would think they should crucify me. But I am also a human being that walk in the street, in the marketplace, in shopping mall. What I get from Obidient when we talk is different from what I see in social media. I tell you that before the God of heaven. They will say, I'm an obedient member. But you for there outside too. You see, don't allow the media, that report you see on social media, oftentimes created by both accounts, to be the reflection of people. Nigerians are Nigerians. See, if you go to church now, let's say a church, the pastor, in fact, slept with a woman and do a sample reporting on what is the impression of the people. You might be shocked. Depending on their relationship with the man, they can all say it's the work of the devil and exonerate the man. Then if they hate the man, all of them will say it is time for the man to go. But see, if you want to draw I am a researcher, right? If you want to do a polling or a survey, you can't carry out a survey. Make sure that your collection of the information should be randomly selected. So rather than determining people, throw it like that to the air. And then those people who subscribe hear them. Any report, and I say that because people will verify, any report that you do that it returns a 100% or 90% result one-sided, it is not randomly selected.
This is not 93%.
No, I'm not, that one is even fake news. I'm talking of generally about this. Let them draw a polling about themselves, whether they can. The people that scatter right now, they're all over the bush on top of the tree. Okay. This man say he will go to his village and say in the farm. We want to talk to the press and Nigerians on the situation. I don't look at this opposition. They are not serious.
Let's make progress.
Okay.
Presidential candidates have emerged. Direct competitors to your principal, President Tinubu. You have Atiku, even though we don't have his running mate yet. We have Peter Obi.
His running mate will be Rotimi Amechi.
How did you know that?
Because when they started the thing, it was like that. Now maybe Rotimi has changed his mind. He doesn't want it. That's why they are begging him. They are pushing him everywhere he is to calm him down.
So we don't know Atiku's running mates, but we know Peter Obi is Kwakwanso.
Yes.
And then Adewale Adebayo.
Who is
and
his
then I don't know. Omo Yeleshore is also there. We don't know.
Omo Yeleshore is the chairman of his party. He's the national treasurer. He's the secretary. How come now? When election time comes, he will now step down and give somebody national chairman as presidential. When he goes and lose election, he comes back and collect the national. Is that democracy?
The law allows it.
Look at what Peter Obi did. He went and negotiated for himself and himself alone. Adoption, no primaries, no anything, which is undemocratic. Because consensus would have been people came together, they deliberated. But adoption has never been democratic. Because one despot somewhere. But do you know what he did? No, do you know what he did? For other people, that's why I say he's deceiving them. We've been telling them not today. For other people, he said they should go and contest. All of them. You know the city where they fought from 3. Those advocates, civil society that are making us like parrots every day. They all lost. All of them lost. That's why Aisha Yusufu came back where all of them are sitting, started threatening their lives.
Why are you so interested in what is going on in their party? Leave them to their own devices.
But you asked me, you put them to my face. These are the people you say they may be better than my president.
Now, we have Atiku, we have Peter Obi, we have Omoleshore, we have Adewale. Who else now? Presidential candidates. There are plenty. Anyway, so this usual suspects.
I'm glad you called them suspect. Yeah, thank you.
This juggernauts. Meanwhile, interestingly, majority, 95% of the candidates are all from the south.
Yeah.
Only one man standing like an Iroko from the north.
He's not standing like an Iroko.
Are you threatening?
The man standing is not measuring the pulse of the nation.
Are you threatening?
I'm not. Let me tell you. I served him.
I think you are
Is there a better person that will talk about? I was a spokesman.
You are threatening.
How am I threatening? You see, why you see the large population from the southern Nigeria? Because the pulse of the country suggests the south needed at least another 4 years. There shouldn't have been anybody from the north. We have been doing this thing from 1999.
Has it produced anything substantially positive? This north-south rotation.
The one thing it will produce is what we call peace and stability in the country.
We don't have peace now. We have been doing it, we don't have peace.
So probably that one will not throw Nigeria into war. Because the thing is, look at it. I hear that narrative. Somebody was trying to tell me last week that majority of them are from the south, one from the north, therefore he will win. When was the last time he polled from the north? The northern people he will rely on to vote him are the ones with Asiwaju. Tell me one state right now, one state. He doesn't want to have a state governor. He doesn't have I'm coming. He doesn't have a state governor. I doubt maybe he has senators, probably no more. Right? Who are the structures of the party in the state? Who are the agents of the party in the state?
This thinking was what framed Peter Obi's contest on Labour Party in 2023. That he has no structure, he has no councillor, let alone even governor. And he polled 6.1 million votes.
Church polled 6.1 million.
And Peter Obi's staunch supporters today believe he won that election of 2023.
See, a lot of people that you call Peter Obi's supporters, who we see them following him, all of them have left him, apart from me. But let me, no. But before you ask me directly, thank God when you started, you mentioned something about religion and the rest. You know the audio that leaked on the eve of election. He was speaking to one bishop when he was saying that the election was a civil war, was a religious war. It was then he said, talk to my people in Lagos and the rest. It was the church, for the fear of what the Muslim ticket might bring, they mobilize around him. But it is not Peter Obi's character and personality. That's why immediately after the election, he lost everybody because it was not an organic thing. Now, you know Valentino Zibo.
Yes.
You know Kennedy Okonkwo. You know those guys, the Genje TV, Mazi, those guys that coined this Obidient and the rest. Who are they with? They are not with him. So he does not have organic because he runs from responsibility. I told you in your interview in different parties that he moved. Nigerians are just giving him unnecessary attention. So the idea that was a thinking and then it gave structure and then no. This election is going to be a real election. Let me ask you a question before you join, and I'm sorry that I'm asking. In your heart of heart, I know you will not answer, but I will ask the question. Do you think for the purpose of unity of Nigeria, it is appropriate that after the North did 8 years, South just did 4, did not want to collect back?
My honest answer, I don't give a damn where Nigeria's president comes from. Let him be compassionate, competent, and visionary. That's all I care about. It could come from your village, maybe Chibok, in Meduri. I don't give a damn. That's my honest response.
And you are serious about that, right? So he doesn't have those qualities.
Absolutely. But let me ask you now, let me now ask my own questions. Are you not threatened? Because if you call Atiku, that Atiku does not have anything, Atiku Abubakar, are you not threatened that Atiku is the only man? Because the bulk of the votes is from the northwestern part of Nigeria and the northeast. And Atiku is from the northeast. I've sat here with northern elites, not 5, not 6. And they've told me that they've left Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he has failed the north. How worried are you, Daniel?
So far, the ones that I saw you interview, I don't know, it's up to 5 or so, they are aggrieved people who either from APC, they didn't get what they want. But let me tell you, I'm an order now. It's not as if because Atiku has never historically commanded more vote from the northwest in his political career. Atiku had this nationalistic view, so his votes are spread across the nation. Because Atiku believed that, so like for example, the Igbos have the right and the rest. So he has never been a champion whose vote count will be determined by the extraction where he comes from. In 2023, he lost states in the northeast. So we are speaking to facts, figures, and numbers, not conjecture. So Atiku in the north may not command what you're thinking. Remember, there is a Konkaso factor who has now joined Peter Obi. Has his influence been diminished? You see? You see? So now you're asking the question, what is his electoral value? But in 2023, he was able to retain state and the rest. I ask you the question, who is Atiku's governor and structure? You don't want to answer because he doesn't have. So you are giving him a pass. You ask me, am I not threatened? I want to give you a correct answer. The correct answer is that 2023 election was the biggest opportunity that Atiku had in his life, politically. That's why he commanded the vote. No, because there was this narrative that went everywhere that a Fulani man was going to hand over to Fulani man. So there were people even in APC that now, oh, let me connect to in case he become president. Then Northerners, hearing that, because we have a large population of people who are out of school, like you said, so they don't have that. They may have political awareness, but they don't have so much of the analytical thinking to say this is it. So they believe it is so. And then our religious clerics in the north at the time felt like since these people are saying Muslims and ticket is a problem, okay, we will support Muslims and ticket. So they rally around Ashwaju. Then those who are against it, they now felt Ashwaju is not going to be carrying our own. We are going to support Atiku. There were a lot of factors. Business communities, individual thinking that, oh, since a Fulani man will hand over Atiku again, that was why he got what he got. In 2026, leading to 2027, all the state governors that deliver for him, all are not with him. That's one. You can come down to Senators' House of the members. Then the people that were with him, heavy lifters, they are with him that are no longer with him. I can count them over and over. They are not. Let me tell you this. Wazir in Adamawa, Atiku Abubakar, my former principal, and I have my respect for him till eternity. And he has been very nice and gracious to me. I have one fear. He might not even, Peter Obi might defeat him in terms of Peking. That is my fear. And the other fear is that he might even come distant forward. And if that happens, what will be his legacy as a politician? That in your last attempt, that you were thrown so down the Peking line. That's why I want to urge him. Come to your friend Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Sit with him. Throw your support behind Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has 4 years to do. And after that, you can speak about your interests, not you now, of whoever you think should be part of the process 2021. That is my fear.
I would say, and I'm sure some informed people listening will say, you are afraid. That's why you are begging him to step out. That you are afraid. But let me put this. You know, this strategy now. You know, you are thinking strategy. So don't play that card.
Don't you even not for you to think I'm afraid? Have you not seen even in my engagement? Yes. I have talked more. If I have to debunk something from the other side, I've talked more on Peter Obi than Atiku.
Okay, let's round off.
Because Peter Obi is a master of narrative, vitriol, and hate. Atiku doesn't have those capital. Maybe by his virtue of belief, he doesn't believe he should be violent and the rest. But this is the lowest moment of Atiku's political career. That is a father time.
Okay, I'm sure he and his crew are listening. Now, final question before we go. Number one, who is President Tinubu's running mate? Is that confirmed?
No, he has not decided. Okay. It can be anybody, it can be me.
Okay. Number two, so we're confirmed that Shettima's fate is undecided. Kashim Shettima's fate is undecided.
See, I have to give you a response like a mature person that know what this thing is. A president, when he wins primaries, he decides to choose his running mate. Now, if a president ran with somebody and then another election comes and he wins the primaries, it will be very unethical for me to assume that because he won the primary, therefore they go. He still has the right to choose. And he has a very fantastic relationship with Shettima. People try to create problem here and there. He has a very good relationship with Shettima.
The last question. I understand you don't want to be presumptuous, which is fine. But where you sat is where Dr. Datti Yusuf Baba sat and repeated what he said somewhere else and repeated it here, that the Muslim ticket of President Tinubu and Kashim has been a great fraud and has done great reputational damage to Islam. 1 minute.
My only question is that Datti aHMED is one of the grand peddlers of fake news and lies. You remember those things he said? If Tinubu died, I know.
Do you know that? Do you know who Datti aHMED is? Do you know him very well?
I know
his pedigree.
What is pedigree? He was a private investor.
It's not that. A former senator, a PhD holder. Sound cerebral man.
All this is that he has is equated to Atiku, and yet Tinubu defeated him in 2023. What I'm saying is, he's known for saying something that is not truth. He said that there will be coup before Tinubu comes to take over power. That is part of the democracy that is strengthened. If Tinubu is not the one that allowed democracy to thrive, he should be cooling himself somewhere. Because that thing, can divide a country around the time he said it. It shook the foundation of Nigeria, and it was a lie. Then he will say another one is a lie. Then why didn't Peter Obi carry him? Why do they do it again? Since they got highest vote and they believe in this, why they do it again? Because Peter Obi does not want somebody who will lie.
Everybody has their own lives to live. So that's what he said.
Oh, you suddenly realize?
Everybody has their own lives. They're not conjoined twins now.
Oh, so
are they conjoined twins?
Okay, so why was he carried the first time? So my response to him is that don't believe him for what he says. He's emotional. He's emotional. Most times what he says is born out of emotions. He does not project the attribute of a statesman. You know, statesmen, there are things they know. If they say it will create problem in Nigeria, they keep it to themselves. Statesmanship, that's what they call them, statesmanship. So he has not attained to the level of a statesman.
Donald Trump speaks. If you're using that parameter as a yardstick, how do you know what you know about the President Donald Trump? Who shoots from every part of the hill?
Is he a citizen of Nigeria?
No, but you're talking about statesman. Is Donald Trump not a statesman?
I'm talking of statesman in Nigeria. Is he a statesman? Let me even give you, do you know Atiku?
Yes.
One of the respect you will give him. He will criticize the government, but our accusation against him is only when it will satisfy his political narrative. But Atiku doesn't come out and say unnecessary things. Do you know what it means to be a statesman? It's not everything there will be coup, and then soldiers will come and grip him. And Tinubu is not a Nigerian. Oh, those nonsense that he said that time. We don't want people. We are asking younger generation to portray and project statesmanship. As you see me sit down here, there are things I know generally about politics, about policy, national security. Even at gunpoint, I'm not going to talk about. It's statesmanship. Yeah, you have to be able to demonstrate that. And for him now to push it and to say a problem to Islam, he's not an Islamic cleric. It's one of those narratives he wants to push, and they drive an agenda. So I even regret that I respond to him. Because if it's relevant, Peter Obi will carry him.